Hello dear children, today we come to the second part of the chapter heat. I have sent you one video about this chapter. Now we go on to the next part here. Effects of heat. So what are the effects that heat can produce? When you heat a body, what happens? Okay, so there are mainly three effects that heat can produce. First is heat can change the temperature. You all know that when we heat a body, what happens? Its temperature increases. Okay, so this is the effect, one effect of heat, that is change in temperature. Second effect of heat is change in size or shape of the body. So what happens when you heat a body? You know the molecules are very close, but when you are heating it, the molecules get energy and they start moving a little far apart from each other. Okay, little far away from each other. So what happens? The overall size of the body increases. It expands. Expands means to increase in size. Okay. So what is the second effect of heat? It is change in size or shape of the body. Either the size will change or the shape will change. Okay. So when we heat a body, it increases in its length or area or volume. So the expansion of a body on heating is called thermal expansion. So when a body expands, expands means what? Increase in size. So then we call it as a thermal expansion. Next is change in state of the body. When we heat a solid, you know, when we heat it at its melting point, if you take ice and you start heating it above 0 degree, then what will happen? It will change into a liquid. So a solid can change into a liquid and a liquid can change into a gas. Okay, so there is a change of state in the body. The state of the body changes. So there are three effects of heat. First is change in temperature, change in size or shape of the body, and change in state of the body. So you have to remember these three effects of heat. Now let us just discuss about thermal expansion. The increase in size of a body on heating is called thermal expansion. Okay, so you know that when we heat a body, it increases in size. So we say it is expanding. And when we cool a body, it decreases in size. So we say it is contracting. So the body can increase in its length. So when the length increases, we call it as linear expansion. When length and breadth both are increasing, that is, there is an increase in area, we will call it as superficial expansion. And the increase in volume of a body on heating is called cubical expansion. So when there is an increase in volume of the body, we call it as a cubical expansion. So remember these three terms. In 8th standard, you will be dealing more with this: linear expansion, superficial expansion, and cubical expansion. Now, modes of transfer of heat. That is, how does the heat transfer from one body to another? There are three modes of transfer of heat. Remember, what are these three modes? Conduction, convection, and radiation. Okay, so what is conduction, convection, and radiation? We will try to understand with a very simple example. See here, you can see there are some students who are sitting in a classroom. Okay, and there is a teacher who is teaching here. Now the teacher is saying that, look here, there is a bunch of apples here. Okay, so can you just pass this heap of apple from the front to the back? You have to bring the heap of apples here. Okay, so what can happen? This can be transferred in three ways. One is that one person, okay, takes an apple. Suppose this person takes an apple. So I'll just mm, say this one person he takes the apple, then he passes on to this person, he passes on to this person, then this is passed to this person, here it goes, here it goes, here it goes, it goes here, like that. When it is passed from one person to another person, and the apple can reach at this end. So apples can reach here by passing it from one person to another person, like that. So this is one way. Second way is that, second mode of transfer is, one person can get up, take one apple, and go walk and put it there. Then what happens? The second person will get up, take an apple, go and put it there. Third person will come, take an apple and go and put it there. So all of them will start moving one by one and take one apple and keep it there. This is another way of transfer. Okay. And the third way is the teacher himself can come and just stand here and throw the apples without anybody participating. Okay. Nobody will get up from their place. The sir will throw the apples on this side. Okay. So these are the three ways in which the apple can be transferred. In the same way, heat energy is also transferred by conduction. When the one molecule gets heat, it will transfer it to another. It will transfer it to another. From molecule to molecule, when the heat transfers, we call it as conduction. When the one particle comes, takes the heat and it moves on the other end. Then another particle comes, takes the heat and goes to the other end. Like that, there is movement of particles. Then we call it as convection. And if no particles are involved and the heat is directly thrown from one end to another, that is called radiation. Just like sun throws its heat from the sun to all the objects on the earth. So the heat is thrown like that. Okay. So that is called radiation. So these are the three ways in which heat can be transferred from one point to another: conduction, convection, and radiation. So I hope you have understood conduction, convection, and radiation with this example. Conduction means transferred from particle to particle. So medium is very necessary. Convection, here also the particles are moving, there is movement of particles, okay, from one end to another end. And radiation means no particle is needed, no medium is needed, only the heat is thrown from one point to another point. No medium is necessary for this. Okay. So we have to understand the difference between conduction, convection, and radiation. So for conduction, medium is necessary for transfer. Here medium is necessary because medium moves, isn't it? In radiation, no medium is required. So same point, conduction is not possible in vacuum because in vacuum there is no medium. Convection is also not possible in vacuum, but radiation is possible in vacuum. Here in conduction, the molecules of the medium do not leave their position. They transfer heat by vibrating about their mean position. So the particles are just transferring their heat energy, but they are not leaving their position. What happens when one molecule gets hit? It starts vibrating. Then it disturbs the next particle and it starts vibrating. And in this way, the heat will transfer from one place to another. Here, the molecules of the medium leave their mean position and move upward direction, carrying heat from the source. So when you boil water, what happens? The lower molecules become hot. They start moving upwards. And the cold particles, they come down. And there is a circulatory motion inside the liquid. There is a convection current, it is called. So you will learn the details of it. Okay. So here the particles are moving. Okay. And radiation, the medium remains unaffected. There is no role of the medium. Then the transfer of heat can be in any direction. Particle to particle, it can go in any direction. Here the transfer of heat is only upward, in the upward direction. Okay. And transfer of heat is in all direction along a straight path. So when you see the sun, the radiation reaches in every direction in a straight path. You know that light travels in a straight line. Then conduction is a slow process. Convection is little faster than conduction. And radiation is the fastest because the sun's heat, it comes so fast. Sun's radiation, it reaches us so quickly. Okay, it takes only 8 minutes for sun's radiation to reach the earth because it is traveling at very high speed. Okay, it is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So I hope you will understand this lesson.